Hey everybody, this is my little 10-gallon dwarf pea puffer tank, or Malabar pea puffer, whatever you want to call them. I have 3 of them in here. I think the last video I shot, I was talking about a 4th one that was looking really skinny and emaciated, and I never saw that again. I never saw its remains. I never saw any trace of it again. So we're down to 3, and these are the 3 that all look healthy and they eat well. So tonight I did a pretty big water change. I did not wipe the glass down. I simply did a water change, a filter change, and I took out the water Sprite that was in there. It had a lot of cyanobacteria growing across the surface. It had like a green mat growing on it. So I took all that out, and what I replaced it with was simple cuttings of water Sprite. I don't think they're coming out too well. If you'll see this, it's just a cutting. What I did was some work on my gourami tank downstairs. I did a big water change on that, and I removed a lot of the water Sprite. I'm waiting for that tank to settle down and look nice and calm and peaceful. Tomorrow morning we're going to do the follow-up video to my before video that I shot this evening, so look forward to that. But some of that water Sprite was not really green. It didn't look like it had any algae growing on it. Some of it was even sticking up out of the water, and I just sort of broke it off at the surface. So I'm hoping to reduce the return rate at which I get the green cyanobacteria growing in here again, because I'm not fooling myself. I know it's going to grow back. It always does. I've never been able to eradicate it. One of these days I'll get around to really having a go at it, and I'll use some antibiotics or something. But for now, to me, it's just like treating algae. It's just something I have to deal with, and you know, it gets taken care of and cleaned up with my normal tank maintenance routine. So I'm also going to try to feed the fish right now. Let's see if I can do this one-handed without spilling anything or losing my camera angle. Well, I'm not going to be able to do it that way, so let's just try the old-fashioned way of pouring some in. There we go. When I did the water change, I gravel vacked, and I kept getting all this sort of white stringy stuff. It looked like plant material, that the plant had sort of rotted and died, and I was getting all these little sort of stalks and stems and these little sort of stringy things. It looked like sort of rotted grass or something. And it finally occurred to me what it was all the little sausage casings that these guys spit out. They do what they're doing, and you can see he's got the empty husk in his mouth now. They thrash around and they suck all the meat out of the inside, and then they simply spit the casing out. And I know it's not technically a casing, but that's the way it certainly appears. And I had a whole bunch of them in the bottom of the tank, so I vacuumed a bunch of them out, and I got a bunch of them swirled up so the filter picked them up as I was doing the water change. And hopefully the tank will be a little cleaner for it. It's having a hard time deciding what it wants to focus on here. So the 3 pea puffers that looked good and healthy before still do. They are definitely curious little fish. They're wondering what happened to all of their plants. When I would come in the room and sort of sneak in when they didn't notice me walk in, I would find them sort of drifting up among the roots, looking around as though they were hunting for prey. So they seem to be quite happy in here. They don't seem to ever really pace the glass. The only time they ever really come up and pace the glass is when they see me standing here and they think they're going to get some food out of it. Otherwise, they seem quite happy to explore their tank and swim around. They'll take a little bit of adjustment to get used to this, but you just watch. Even though these are cuttings and not, rooted plants, these are just sort of pieces of fronds that have broken off. Watch how quickly we start getting roots and new growth and everything on this, and we have a nice green, lush, filled-in tank again. And then these little guys are nice and happy and secure with plenty of plant cover and hiding places and stuff to explore again. So thanks for watching this one. Make sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss anything I got coming up. This is my 10-gallon pea puffer tank. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you real soon in the next one.